fired this guy. What the fuck?
What's going on, everyone? The Kompetitor here, back with a video. It's a little bit different than my other ones. Today, I wanted to discuss the state of Mortal Kombat 11. Now, today's August 24th, 2020, and it's about a year and some odd months since the game's come out. A lot of people are saying the game is dead. A lot have a ton of issues with it. Others enjoy it for what it is. Some enjoy it, but have gripes. And some people just want Melina. Now, I wanted to talk about a lot of these issues in depth and go over the good and the bad about the game, the community, and the potential future of it. So, buckle up and everyone get ready. I don't understand the saying that this game is dead. It's honestly just laughable to me that people in the community say this. I see it all over Twitter. Your game's dead. This game's dead. Blah blah blah. Now, when we're talking about a game that's actually dead, you know, I think of games like where the servers are shut down, you can't really play it online anymore, stuff like that. Like, you could argue MK9 is dead, because you're not really going to find anyone online. But there are discords of people that still play it. Like, I still play the MKTE version of MK9. You could say Injustice 2 is dead, but that wouldn't be true, because there's still a lot of community playing it. I know people like Techio set up Discord, and you can get in there and get Injustice 2 games anytime, really. Like, I just played some the other day with people in there. It's crazy. So to say MK11 is dead is kinda laughable in that sense, because this game has an insane amount of players. Even since just like the beginning of this month. Like, look at this chart here that I found. There are so many new players still coming to the game, casual and competitive. I see all the competitive guys still grinding on Twitter, despite them complaining about issues in the game. Like, yes, there's upgraded Jackie, which we want nerfed, and we want fixes to maybe the Oki system, Fatal Blow nerfs, just some meta changes like that. But the game is very much alive. Another example, okay, so maybe the casual players are enjoying it more. Maybe, you know, they're grinding towers, still getting gear, they still find fun there. Fine. Maybe they don't. Fine, then the numbers speak for themselves. We can't really argue that point. But the competitive community is thriving. I say this because in a situation where we're all stuck at home, right? We can't go out to tournaments. Well, some of us can, but here in the US that's not really possible. We need to play online. There needs to be online opportunities. Now, looking at MK11, there is a ton of opportunity for you to make a name for yourself. I can't even begin to go over all the different exhibitions across consoles, and then there are so many tournaments as well. Like, just last week was a tournament sponsored by G Fuel. G Fuel, that's probably one of the biggest sponsors we've seen in Mortal Kombat history. Like, if you told me 4 years ago that, you know, G Fuel would be this, you know, one of the sponsors, I wouldn't believe you. It's crazy. And that tournament had a $4,000 prize pool. It was pretty hyped too. You know, Scar vs. Samij was an awesome set. But, you know, despite that, people still say the game's dead. Like, $4,000 is nothing to scoff at. I played in a Halo tournament hosted by ESL, and the grand prize for the first team was like $600. There was only a $1,000 payout. Like, you know, and that game still has a ton of active people competing in that too. That's, I mean, I can't really compare FPS and fighting games, but still, that's still a couple $1,000s that you can make just playing Mortal Kombat. Let's look at another example. There is an Amazon sponsored event promoting The Boys, which is, I believe, one of their original series, and it's a Mortal Kombat tournament where if you make top 8, you get $1,000. You get $1,000, and then you get to play Sonic Fox. I don't know. That's pretty cool to me. That sounds pretty awesome. You can say what you want about the game being dead, but that's just... Those are just two recent events. And then the ESL tournaments. Here's a screenshot of that. I actually signed up for this one. 1,000 players between North America, East and West. There are weekly exhibitions for ESL and weekly invitationals that Ketchup and Mustard I've seen casting. And then on top of just tournaments, there's so many money match exhibitions. You got people out there like Vendetta streaming on Twitch. You have MF Slayer with his money match exhibitions. You have Vis. You have Jagly's exhibitions, Ragnarok exhibitions, where he even goes back to MKX and Injustice 2. So if you think those games are dead, but you enjoy playing them, hop on his stream. Go play with them. There's a lot of opportunity in this community for you to build a brand, for you to become a content creator, for you to get your name out there, stuff like that. And truly, I don't understand how people could say the game is dead there, just because they don't agree with how it plays. So, moving on to the next point that I want to make. The cast. Most of the cast is viable. You could play pretty much any character you wanted in MK11. Now, some you're going to need a secondary for if you're playing in a tournament setting. But a majority of the cast you can use and be successful within tournament because the game's strong defensive options. It's great. I truly think this game has a lot of potential, and I myself do not agree with every design choice, but I do think they can make some changes to make it better. And we'll get into that in a little bit. The game has phenomenal tutorials for new players as well. If you're new to the game, you couldn't find a fighting game with... Well, okay, it'd be hard to find a fighting game with as good of tutorials with this. The only ones that jump out at me are maybe like... I don't know, maybe Killer Instinct. Maybe some of the anime games. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a really solid tutorial. Now, going on to the bad. Well, first... Also, look at the screenshot from Ed Boon. More content is coming. More content is coming. He confirmed it right here with this tweet. MK11's not going to be dead. Not anytime soon. Now, on to the bad. There really isn't a content roadmap aside from the few skins that are coming out from Aftermath, which, you know, whatever, it's something. But you also have to remember there's COVID burnout. You know, we're all just sitting here playing games 24/7. Tournament burnout. There's like so many tournaments and exhibitions a week. It's kind of stressful on competitors. Those are big factors. But I want to talk about the real problem. The real issue with the game that I see a lot of players complaining about: fatal blows. Fatal blows are an issue. They need to be more punishable. Along with the invincible frames on wake up, so wake up buttons are super strong. And the jump kick meta. Jump kicks are too strong. Now there's a few other minor things here and there that I see top players complaining about, but those are the main ones. The issue though, the big issue, is that there's no communication from NRS. We voice all of these. We voice these ideas. And they just we don't know if they get through to NRS. They're not communicating with us. And that's what I'd like to hear more of from NRS. Like, look at this screenshot from Foxy. Tyler Lansdowne got absolutely ratioed. I just really hope to see more for this game, which we know it's going to be coming, but I just want to hear more communication from the MK11 team. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Play MK11 if you like it. Don't play if you don't. Have a good one.